Hi, welcome back to a new episode of Healthy with Luke, and in this video I want to take you through a small apartment tour through my apartment to show you 4 plants which can clean and freshen up your air and can grab all the toxins out of the air to make your room cleaner, fresher and a healthier living environment. So let's get into the video you want to watch. Follow me on Instagram for 2 to 3 educational posts a day. It's free. So welcome to my studio. The first plant is a dracaena plant. I like to keep this one in a small vase, and this one you can get them at IKEA. It's like a small pot where you usually keep your nuts or your seeds in. And dracaena plants are really easy to care. These are really small ones. I usually water them every 2 to 3 days, and they are part of the NASA air filtering list. So what they can do is they can grab the toxins out of the air, and they do convert them into nutrients for their soil, as most of the plants do. And you can get them in small, of course, but you also can get them in large. How I've got them in my kitchen. So I'd say let's go to the kitchen and I'll show you a larger one, and I also will show you that you don't always need to keep them directly in front of the window. These are in front of the window so they get enough sunlight. But this one, for instance, here doesn't get enough light. Like, the window is 2 to 3 meters away. It's a really dark corner, and they still do survive. Although I will always suggest, if you want to have them thrive really good, then just give them a little bit more sunlight than this corner. Now, before we continue with the video, if you get value so far, it would be appreciated if you like the video, as it helps me more than you think, and maybe consider subscribing, as I want to grow. I want to make this a living, so it would be really nice if you could help me on this journey. But now let's get back into the video. The second plant you can get, and this one actually needs a little bit of water, is the lily plant. Lily plants are really easy to get, and they're not that expensive. Like, for instance, this one is from my mum, but this one cost me only 2 to 3 euros, and you can see they've also got these beautiful white blossoms. And lily plants are one of the plants which are able to catch ammonia, which is a toxin out of the air, which all of the other plants on this list can't. So lily plants, I think they are so beautiful and which is really funny and cute. Like now you can see if they are too dry, then the heads just will hang down, and if you give them a bit of water, within 2 to 3 hours they will come up again. So you always will know if they need water or not. So lily plants are number 2, easy to get, easy to care, and I think they're just so beautiful with this lush green color. And the third plant on my list is a rubber plant. I keep this plant in my bathroom, and I just love this plant because of these thick and dark green leaves. Actually, I bought this, 6 months ago, and it didn't grow, but then after 2 to 3 months it started to grow, and like these new plants here popped out. You can get them in small, but you also can get them in huge. Like, they get up to here and even taller. And rubber plants are one of the best plants to remove the toxins out of the air. There is a NASA plant filtering list which examined which plants are best for clean and fresh air. And the rubber plant was one of the top plants to clean the air. They are sometimes quite hard to find. I think you should go to a bigger plant store. But they are actually really easy to care. Just make sure that they get enough of sunlight. This one stands here, so it's like 2 meters away from the window, and it gets enough light. I had one before and it didn't get enough light and it died. So you always want to make sure that you give rubber plants enough light. And regarding watering, I just water them every 2 to 3 days. You just can touch the soil, and if it's still wet like this one, it should be good to go for another day or 2. And if it's dry, I just water them to let them thrive and grow. And which is also really important, what's also really important is that none of these plants are pet friendly. So if you have pets like cats or dogs, they are all toxic for them, except from the last plant, which is a beautiful spider plant. Now, this is a spider plant which I propagated, and you can see the soil, the roots here. I actually wanted to put them in soil, but I had the wrong soil, I think, and then they just turned really palish, so I just put them back into the water, and actually I find that they're quite nice here in the water, and I think they're also quite happy here. But of course you also can get them in big. I've got them in small here in my studio. They are standing 2 meters to 3 meters away from the light, and they get enough light. I just change the water every 4 to 5 days, and if the water is soaked up by the plant, I just give it new water, but that takes like a week or 2. So I think propagating plants is a nice and easy way to just have even more plants in your house. But now let's go back into the kitchen and I will show you my big spider hanging plant. So this is my hanging plant, and to be honest it was a little bit healthier as it is now, because I must admit that I neglected it a little bit over the last few days. I had a lot to do, so some leaves turn brown, but that's not a problem. You just can like pick out the brown leaves. However, this is a plant, if you've got not a green thumb, but if you've got a brown thumb, so if you're not really good with plants, this is a plant you should get, as it's really easy to care. You can hang it in shadia, like in places with more shade, shada. And yeah, I think it's just a beautiful plant. You even can put it in the summer, you can put it outside, and it will grow and thrive. And when it comes to the winter times, you can take it back and just hang it into your wherever you want to hang it, and then put it back out in the next summer again. So these were my 4 plants. I hope you got value out of this video. I will see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe. Please like the video, as I said, and thank you very much for watching. So see you tomorrow for my next video. Bye.